Hello.
Hello.
How are you going? Oh, you can't see my head. There we go. All right, so it is time for things, reading. Where is it? What's the first thing in the morning?
Reading.
I need to wake up. Reading. Time for reading today. We're going to read our book of the week, Big Ned and the Eggs again. Today, I've written your job, your task on the board. Remember two things. So that is an action, thinking action. Remember. Going to numbers. Two. Things. Here we go. Where's thing? Things.
Hello, remember two.
Remember two things. Oh, there we go. Things from the story. You might try and remember some of the people. You might try and remember some of the animals in the story. Okay, at the end, I'm going to ask you to remember two things from the story. Okay, let's get started. Big Ned and the Eggs. Chapter 1. Big Ned was the tallest and kindest man in the whole of Sunshine Valley. He stood as tall as a tree in his bare feet. Everyone in the country knew Big Ned. People loved him, and they told story after story about the amazing things he did. And this is one of them. One day at noon, Big Ned went to see his neighbour, Darryl Doom. Darryl looked very worried. "You look like you're about as happy as a dog that's lost its tail," said Big Ned. "Well, you see, it's Pa," said Darryl. "It's his birthday today and he's 99 years old." Big Ned could see Pa snoozing in a chair. "Well, what's so unhappy about that?" he said. "It's the cake, you see. We haven't got one." "Well, can't Emily make one of her delicious cakes for dear old Pa?" "Well, that's just it," said Darryl. "Emily would love to make a huge birthday cake, but right now she's out of eggs, and there are 53 people coming for afternoon tea." Just then, a hen flew up and sat on Big Ned's boot. Big Ned looked around and saw hens everywhere. "Why, Darryl," he said, "you've got all these chooks running free. Surely they can each lay an egg for you in the morning." Yes, said Darryl, "and I collected them today, first thing. Emily was waiting for them at the door, but the dog's tail smashed them all." "The dog's tail?" said Big Ned. "Well, it happened when I tripped over the dog's tail," said Darryl. "I dropped the bowl and smashed all the eggs. The chooks won't lay down until tomorrow morning, and by then it will be too late," he moaned. Big Ned felt really sorry for Darryl and Emily. A big frown formed on his forehead, and he sat down and leaned against the barn. Suddenly, he had an idea. "I know," he said. "Just leave it to me. I'll get those chooks laying for you, Darryl." Chapter 2. Big Ned looked at the tall pine forest nearby. He took 3 big steps and grabbed the top of the tallest tree. He bent it to the ground and sat on it. Then he let it go and whoosh! Big Ned zoomed up into the sky. "There goes Big Ned," said all the farmers. They watched as Big Ned grabbed the moon. He took the moon across the sky. He held it high over his head in front of the sun. The moon stopped the sun's light from hitting the earth. The sky went dark. The earth went dark. The dog looked into his dinner bowl and hens went into the barn. They hopped onto their perches and went to sleep. "Come here, Emily," cried Darryl. "It's gone dark and the chooks have gone to bed." "It's an eclipse," said Emily. "Now what will we do?" Pa woke up and opened his eyes. "I've missed my birthday," he said. "Oh, it's night time already." Chapter 3. Big Ned slowly pushed the moon away. Little by little, the sun lit up the sky again, and it lit up the earth below. The rooster crowed because he thought it was morning. The hens clucked and laid their eggs in the hay. Hooray, shouted Emily, I can make the cake. Hooray, shouted Pa, I can have my birthday again. Big Ned put the moon back where he'd found it and came back down to see Daryl. Did we get those chooks laying? Asked Big Ned. We sure did, said Daryl, and Emily's making the cake. Chapter 4. It was a big cake, a very big cake. Daryl helped Pa to light the 99 candles and everyone sang Happy Birthday. I can't blow out all those candles, said Pa. Hey, Big Ned, can you help me? I'd be proud to help you blow out those candles, Pa, said Big Ned. Big Ned took a deep breath. It was a huge breath. Then he blew as hard as he could. He blew the candle so hard that it flew up into the sky and in front of the sun. The sky went dark, the earth went dark, and the hens went into the barn. The end. Okay, remember your job today was to do some thinking. Actions. Remember two things. Can you remember 2 things that happened in the story? Alright, I want you to tell someone in your house 2 things that you can remember from Big Ned and the eggs. Alright, see you tomorrow.